Am I alive? I might be. 14:22. What time is it now? On that clock, it should be. When did O'Neill Robert come in? Hmm? I wonder. Do, 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 do. Have a good show. Ho, ho, ho. Oh, now, where did I put. Oh, right, there we are. Let's have a looky look. I think that's the essential part. Now, this friggin' keyboard. Let's see if we can work it. Maybe that. Could be that. Let's see. V, does that work? Turn on the history, doesn't work. Oh my goodness, Robert. Robert is in. Can you hear me? I'm trying to work on this keyboard. Maybe. Or maybe that. Alt plus. And Alt plus that. No, it doesn't. What the heck? Oh. QU2PS. QU2PS. 2PS. No. Pin it. Will that work? I wonder. Maybe. Penile lawyer. Oh, Van is here. Let me get a bit of. I wonder can I increase that screen of mine? New layout. No. Stacy. Cancel that. Cancel, cancel. How you doing, Stacy? Van? Robert? Ah, dear, dear, dear. I wish I've got a new keyboard here and I can't get the hang of it. Maybe Robert. Robert, let's copy and paste on what keyboard is this? On a copy and paste on a. I'm getting Alzheimer's. On a PC laptop. Android, maybe. Marvin! Hello. Now, the reason I'm coming in is obviously Gary can't be relied upon at the moment. And I thought I'd take his little spot. We don't have Willie with us, or not Willie, Bill. Don't know. I tried to find him while I was in London, but that was a no-no. Van is having a crack at Marvin. I just need to get set up with a little bit of a smoke. And then I'm going to pour myself a glass of red, not a horse, red grape. I'm going to have me some Australian grape. You know what that Kiwi fucking drinks? No, I'm not drinking that one. He's shagging a sheep at the moment. He's got 2 sheep in the caravan. King Mong, all hail. You know what, Robert? I don't do that Mong thing because I was listening to that idiot talking about Brian Smith's son, calling him a mongoloid, and there happens to be this week and today's Sunday. This week and Monday and all week of this week, the Down Syndrome Association of Cebu mainland is having a happy walk, and they're doing it to raise funds for, obviously, they need a little bit of extra help for doing their education. I actually spoke to a little fella. Actually, this when I talk a little fella, he was small. He could speak a fair amount of English for a person with Down syndrome. I was absolutely amazed. Although they're good learners, it does take a lifetime of learning to, but they're usually like close-knit family. They can communicate very well. But when they're in the education system, that's a whole different story. That is, no kidding, Marv. Puff, puff, pass. What's on? If it ain't in the box, it doesn't count. So that's what you're doing wrong. No limitations. Limitations? Marvin's smoking a left-hand lucky. So, what's been going on apart from... I see Brian Smith has sold a spot of land. And, he's going to be very, very frugal about how he spends it. He wants to spend a bit of money on the walls and ceiling of his house. And that should be interesting. By the way, folks, I'm in Leyte at the moment. I'm in my wood little box. And I should be starting on the bathroom. The bathroom, which is here. Let me get back a bit. Whoops, daisy. The bathroom is back there. I should be working on the flooring. And I've got a new LPG boiler. So that's obviously going to go in, and I'll have a nice little wet room in there. I'm going to do it Philippine style. I'm not going to put a tray. I'm just going to drain it into the Philippine style. Exactly, Robert. He's a 5-year-old. same age as my little girl. And why does a person have to take it out on the child and his wife? Well, the three of them there. And it's every time. There's no let up. And he's talking to himself half the time as well. My little my here is quite good. I heard Brian he's thinking about getting Starlink, and I think that was in the conversation this morning. He was, well, I think he's going to go for residential, whereas my one is a mobile. It's only the size of it's the size of an A4 sheet of paper. That about the dish is about the size of that. Very, very small, compact. I can put it on the roof of my car if I want. I'm getting about 150 download and upload, about half of that again. Works perfectly fine here in the mountains. It's a bit chilly at the moment, but that's why I got a little jacket on. I saw that, Dan. He should headbutt him in the nuts. That's if he has any. He hasn't got any balls anyway. There we are. Come on, somebody come up and have a little chat with me, and we'll look at the comments as we go along. Who's going to come up? Is there a link up there, I wonder? Did I put a link up? I thought I did. No, I didn't. Oh, I did. No, I didn't. I'm trying to... Robert, how do I copy and paste on a PC? Is it Alt plus C or Control plus C? Let's try Control. Control plus C. Oh, hang on a minute. Control plus C. We'll see will that work. And then Control plus V. Oh, my goodness. I've been hitting the wrong one there all the time. Does that work? Let's check that. CQU2PS. CQU2PS. Yeah, that's it. It's Control plus V. Do it again. Oh, first of all, you've got to select. Dick. Control plus C. And Control plus V. Oh, that's it. Yeah, that's where you get the link. I think that works now. Put a cap on. It ain't. What's that? Starvin, put a cap on. It ain't a effing date. Oh. I'll put my cap on, shall I? I've got this little beanie. I haven't got one of those JD things, you know. He wears a tin foil. I'm drinking wine out of a plastic cup. I'm living in a squalor street. Casino squalor. I got me a tennis ball from Wimbledon. I guess you all know what that is. I've been playing pitch and put. No, not pitch and put. A little bit of handball. Pitch and catch. You need a big boss shirt. Boss shirt. My goodness, who's up here now? It's Van. Van, welcome in. Welcome to my little wooden box.
I can't believe you built a house out of wood in the Philippines. The termites got their bags packed, man. They're leaving all the hills and they coming to your house.
Yeah, I got wood, more wood, and too much. I got too much over.
Are you treating it? You putting any kind of termite treatment on it?
I've got the roof. I got the roof. Man, you've got a heavy oscillating fan going on there. I think.
Hot damn, Andy. You gonna make
My
me sweat. There you go.
That's a little bit better on the ears. Yeah, no, I've done a felt roof, and I did a cold pour tire on it, and yeah, the exterior is the base was done. There's a concrete base, obviously, and I put a silicon membrane on the base to stop the obviously dampness coming or any splashing. And then I actually painted the outside. I spray painted the outside. I painted it green. I don't know why I picked green, but green looked nice. Yeah, the inside I have to put a sealant.
I think I would have treated the wood both sides. I think I would have treated the wood both sides with a termite repellent and then put it up.
Well, the way I look at it is, I mean, I'm 74 years of age. If I get another 10 years,
it'll outlast you.
Yeah, if I get another 10 years out of this sack of bones, I'm going to be happy. You know, so I'm not too worried. Not too worried about like the house falling down or being eaten away by the vermin that goes on around here, and not worried at all. You know, it was a little bit of money. I'm enjoying it. I enjoyed the work. It's good exercise for me, and of course, like it's a Philippine floor. You know, everybody's got tiles, so it was a wooden floor. So I was putting tiles on top of wood. So I had to get a tile backing board that
Yeah.
eh, there's some flexibility in that backing board, but I pretty well damp proofed it. So like that wet room behind me, there will be an extract. No, I haven't got it yet, but there will be an extractor fan on that room, and that should suck out any damp that's going to be in this main room. I'm going to do. I'm not going to have an interior kitchen. It's just basically a shower room, a living room, and then I'm going to cook outside. You know, of course, I'll have a kettle and electric kettle here and a toaster, microwave, possibly an air fryer. But I don't intend doing any heavy entertaining here. Like dragging the people around. But I will have, Van. I will have a bar. I'll have a bar
Yeah.
right down there. Oh my goodness. Yep, that's on the cards. The
Well, my house doesn't
wine.
have a bar, but it's got a refrigerator. It works just fine.
Ah, once you've got that chiller box, that works. Yeah, I'll have one of those, but I haven't bought it yet. But yeah, a chiller, an ice box is very, very important for me. Well, for me and you, I suppose.
Well, you probably don't live real close to town, so you know to buy your
No,
meat
this
and
is
stuff,
I.
you
I
probably
bring it up
need a
in.
lift.
I bring my. I bring my. I buy some ice at the supermarket, and that'll do me for the weekend. You see, I'm back on Tuesday. I'm back on the ferry on Tuesday, so I'm only here. I'm here for today and tomorrow. Well, I'm not working today. I'll do a bit of work on that room tomorrow, and then that's it for the until possibly another week, or if I feel up to it, I'll come over again. I'll probably come
Yeah.
over again next weekend. But the reason I come up here, I enjoy coming up here, and it's a breakaway. I don't bring family with me, or I don't bring any beggars. There's no beggars knocking on the door here.
Well, if it's cooler up there, that's where I'd be. That's where I live because of the temperature.
Yep,
I
that's
mean,
why I've got a little jacket on. That's why I got a little jacket on this evening. But
I wouldn't.
normally during the day, I've got a t-shirt on. So it's at nighttime it's a little bit chilly, and the odd time I've got a couple of gas rings. Um, there was an odd time where it did get a little bit windy, and I still haven't. There's a few gaps in the wall where I haven't foam sprayed it. Um, and it gets a little, especially when it gets damp, when there's rain out there and wind, it does get a little bit chilly. So
I, I started to move to Baguio because of the temperature, but then, you got so much rain up there, and then landslides, and the jeepneys. It's like San Francisco. It's got valleys in it, so I figure all that jeepney exhaust is going to sit in them
yeah.
low spots of the valley where you're walking. You know, so I said, nah, Baguio, too much problem. I'll just go up there to the volcano. It don't go off every year, so
And yeah, you'll feel the benefit if you're going to overstay the night. It's a great escape to get away from the heat.
yeah. Well, here
That
it's
constant, especially that
it's
constant
70
temperature. Yeah, go on.
Fahrenheit. It's 72 to 74 at night here, and in the day, pretty much 83, maybe 85. So it's not bad. At night with a fan on, Yeah, it gets a little chilly. I like it.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah, although I can't convert Fahrenheit to centigrade at the moment. So, like, you're talking about 72, or what are we talking about there? 22? 22 to centigrade?
I
20,
don't know.
22? Maybe Robert will help us out.
I don't have a clue. I don't do Celsius,
All right.
and I don't do millimeters or meters. I'm strictly Americanized.
Uh,
I have I have to go to Google and convert everything.
oh, so you can't do that in your head. Well, it's for me like doing inches, feet, and yards. It's quite. I find that quite easy because you either divide by 100 or multiply by 100
Well,
to get the metric system.
yeah, that's metric, but
Yeah, yeah.
American is 12 inches to the
A
foot,
foot,
uh,
36.
3 feet to the yard. You know, I mean, I was raised with it, so that's the way I do it.
Yeah, yeah. I can understand that. So Robert is talking about the Kitcheners Coward of Casino arriving to the fractal burn your car. It's all. You see what Robert just wrote there? You want to fractal burn this? Oh
I
fuck!
I don't think
My goodness, the stink of that varnish.
hey, are you gonna put one of them Japanese toilets in your house?
Yes, man, of course. But I've actually thought of a cheaper idea for this place here. Um, I've got this LPG burner boiler, and I'm thinking this time instead of having just the cold supply to the hygiene hose, I'll put a mixer tap on it. I'll put a mixer tap on the hygiene hose, and that'll work because the printed circuit on those on the on those toilets. I mean, you get a warm seat, but I don't need a warm seat. You'll get an air blow dryer. That's if you want to sit around long enough. But I just use a simple towel. But there's like a cheaper way of doing it is just getting a mixer tap on a one of those hygiene hoses. You know that would work.
Bum gun.
A bum gun, yes. But in the Philippines, it's cold water, but cold water doesn't. There's no shock in that. But just the
The
extra
hell
little
there
bit.
ain't. That cold water makes my butt pucker, buddy. What are you talking about? Let's see.
Well,
O'Neill says.
the odd time is the shower. The shower,
O'Neill
actually, I
says.
like a warm shower.
Yeah, hell yeah.
He's got like Igloo ice cream machine, has he?
Yeah, what you gonna
40.
do with 42 pounds of ice a day? That's a hell of a lot of beer drinking. Or 20 kilos of ice. Let's see. O'Neill
30
says
plus 2 gets you roughly centigrade for memory. 30
30.
plus 2.
30. Divide by 2, Andy.
My eyes
So
are
70.
Not,
74 minus 30 is 44. Divided by 2, 22. 22 Celsius. That's what it gets pretty much at night here.
oh, so 30 divided by 2 gives you the cent. All right.
No.
Okay. I'm gonna
The
try.
Fahrenheit temperature minus 30
Oh my!
divided by 2.
This is a brand new education I'm getting here.
Like I say, I just Google Fahrenheit to Celsius. It tells me right away.
No, if somebody is talking Fahrenheit weather or temperature, yeah, that gets me a little bit. If someone says, "Oh, it's in the high 90s" or "It's hitting the 100," and we're all sweating, I can understand that. But then when it goes low, if we're talking about a chilly evening, what did you say? Where you are?
Uh, it's what about 22 Celsius at night,
Well,
according to O'Neill's.
that's very
According
that's
to O'Neill's calculations, there.
yeah. Well, that's very very comfortable. But the
Yeah,
humidity, yeah, the humidity, like you've got a fan going, then you get that nice cool breeze at 22. That's the ideal temperature.
yeah, man. I use a thin sheet to cover up. That's it. And some nights I get chilly.
Mm.
Have to turn the fan down to number 2.
Okay, yeah, yeah. I mean, my bedding here um, is just a sheet. It's two sheets, one on the bottom, one on the top. Pillowcases.
That's
That's about
standard.
it. Right?
That's standard. Just period. 10, 10 gets cold. She use a little blanket thing. It's not like what I grew up
I
with,
like one
blanket.
a little, a little throwover.
Yeah, like a little kitty
It's like
blanket or something.
yeah, it's like a shawl or something they call it. Yeah,
Well, Marvin,
I see the women like they wear it around their shoulders here from
yeah,
time to time.
Marvin,
Yeah.
if you ever get used to one of them bum guns, you'll like it, dude. Then you just pat it with the TP and you good to go. No problem.
I don't need a car. Is that what he's all about? You don't need a
Yeah,
car
man.
wash being dumb.
And for him, all he got to do is call the plumber and tell him, "Hey, put me a bum gun on there," and they put a little hanger on the side of the toilet, and and then do a little paperwork, and you're out of there, man, clean to go.
Oh yeah, yeah. We
Hell,
got we got the
O'Neill.
wet wipes here, but they're good. They're good for the around like if you're going out shopping or something like that. But
Yeah,
apart
it
from that,
still leaves your ass wet. I don't want to walk around with a wet ass. That's like no, That's no, thank you. Well, O'Neill, I can't lay around butt naked because number one, she'd take advantage of me when I'm asleep, and number two, the maid just opens the gate and walks in the front door, so I could just be laying there butt naked, spread out, and that's not going to go over too good.
yeah. I mean, even the kids here like you hear. If I hear one of them scream, I know there's something gone wrong. Mm,
Holy shit!
TP toilet paper. TP. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
you just now hearing that? You ain't never heard TP?
You see, now, if I use an initial or an acronym, the Filipino doesn't understand what I'm talking about. God bless them.
I don't know why everything is an acronym here. I'm like, what the hell are they talking about here? Like Department of Social Welfare or some shit. Everything's like 4 or 5 letters. LTO. What the
Well,
hell's LTO? You know?
well, those kind of acronyms, right? They will understand. But if we use our own, um, like I've got a WD-40. Everyone's got one of the. I'm sure you've got one as well. WD-40. If I say just use that WD-40, that'll free up the rust. Who
Yeah.
wouldn't know what who wouldn't know what I'm talking about?
Oh, 10 does because I got some WD-40 to spray on my gate. You know, I got
Yep.
these pins that you put up and down to
Mm,
open my gates. I got a car gate, double-sided car gate that you open, and it's got a pin in there. And
yeah.
because Philippines, you got to keep it
Yeah,
lubricated.
yeah, yeah. Same with the bicycle. Keep that chain. Yeah.
Oh, I use silicone for that, like you used to. You know what foosball is?
Pronounce that again.
Foosball.
Booze,
It's a
as in.
as in booze, booze, but with an F. Foosball. It's a
Booze.
table. It's a game. It's a table that's on rods. You push back and forth, and it's got these little soccer players on it, and you use the soccer
Yeah,
men to kick the ball around, and there's a hole on each end. That's called foosball. And them little
yeah,
poles they're on, you spray
yeah.
them down with silicone so they slide real easy.
I know the game you're talking about now. Yeah. What do we call it here? Or what do we call it over wherever I came from? It was table football or
Table
something.
soccer,
Oh,
table
well,
rugby, or something.
yeah.
But in
Oh,
America, they call it foosball.
ah, now I know. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But
Mm.
yeah, on my motorcycles and stuff like that, I always use silicone for it because WD-40 will just slings right off, and then rains once, it's back to a bare chain. So
Yeah,
silicone stays on better.
I've always had um, a tin of it laying around. Yeah, or a spray bottle. Stops squeaks, drives out moisture, cleans and protects, loosens rusted parts, frees sticky mechanisms. Yeah, but I don't drink this stuff, but white spirit works as also. I use that as a solvent. So, what's his name? The carpenter, the fractal burner carpenter. He's going to renovate his caravan, and he reckons he's going to make money on it. He bought it for three. Well, I did a recce on that. I mean, like if I'm looking at this particular room here, and you could take it as a something similar to a caravan, putting shelving up and cupboards, etc. If I was to convert what I spent here on what he's going to do on a two-wheeler gypsy caravan, and he's going to make 6,000. What did he say? He's going to double his profit on it. I can't see it. I can't see it spending 3,000 and getting. He's spending three. He'll spend three on buying it. He said, and three on repairing it. He sells it for six. He ain't gonna do. Where's the profit in that?
Yeah, yeah, and that's probably materials for three. You got to throw in
Mm,
labor.
yeah. He's going to need, well, in all the tool, when I was looking at some of the tool bag that he hasn't even got a nail gun.
Well, with that, you need a staple gun. Nail gun, it'd be nails sticking out the outside.
I've got got a box of them somewhere. They're both staple. These are the pins that go with it, with the gun that I have. And then I've got them. I do have the staples. Yeah. So I was secret nailing the this tongue and groove, so you can't see any of the pins in the wall. You know, a few of my
Well,
missed,
they
especially on
make
that.
a special tool for it uses a real thin nail, and you put it in the groove in the back, and you hit it with a hammer, and it drives the nail all the way through to the tongue on the other side. Just for wood like that, a tongue and groove. They
Yeah,
make a tool just for that. It's pneumatic. It's air driven. You know, you just set it down there and hit it, and it shoots that nail through.
yeah. This is an electric staple and nail. What's that? The pin? They're not nails. They're pins. And I normally go in at a 45, and you can then you can sit the tongue on top of the groove. Yeah, it worked out pretty well. The ceiling was a bit of a challenge because I was reaching up all the time, and a few of the times I stopped for a glass, obviously, and I missed a few.
Hell, when
I
I was
just run
young,
fucking yeah, bang.
when I was young, I worked for a family friend. He was an architect. Then he was a general contractor. Then he was the contractor on like all the wood and everything like that. Not the plumbing, not the electric, but
Yeah.
shit, I swung a hammer enough. I don't even want to touch a hammer. I just pay somebody to do it. I don't. Nope. No need.
Well, I got a lot of enjoyment out of doing this. You know,
Well, if you ever
so
did it for a living, you wouldn't enjoy it.
I I've never been I've never trained as a carpenter. I've learned as I went along. Um, I just I read a few things about it. Each job I do a little bit of research on it. And with the university now of the University of YouTube, I get a lot of tips out of that. You know,
Yeah.
uh, and that table, that you remember that thing that the idiot
GD.
couldn't he couldn't he couldn't work. He couldn't make it. He could. He did well. He didn't know how to use the angles. I actually made one. It's a what is it? One, two, three, four. It's yeah. It's a five sider pentagon.
I've never
Is that what you call it? Pentagon.
Pentagon, I
Octagon.
think.
Octagon is
Pentagon, I
eight.
believe.
Eight. Robert will pick me up on that real easy. I think
I
octagon
never
is eight. Now what's a
I never
six?
tried.
What's six sided?
I don't know. I never tried making
Mm.
furniture. Never.
Well, the reason I got interested in I bought one of these chop saws, and I just learned as I went along. You know, I wanted to do I wanted to do angles, and yeah, I more or less taught myself. Looked up little tips on YouTube, and that's 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 basically how I built this little box here.
Well, this
Yeah.
architect I knew when I was young, like I say, he was a family friend. I started, after school on Saturday, picking up materials, cleaning up the job site, and
Mm,
worked for him Monday through Friday on or Monday through Saturday on the summers and stuff. But he taught me how to read blueprints, how to, do all that stuff with woodwork. He showed me, he take his time and like do it like this. I'm like,
mm.
okay,
The
do
uh, the Phil-
sheetrock,
the
do
Philippine
sheetrock, concrete, all that good garbage.
yeah, the Filipino um, the Filipino carpenter, they've never had a formal training. I don't think
No, huh?
they've never done an apprenticeship. I've looked at some of
No.
the work. Yeah, I've looked at some of the work they do, and some of it is, it's a work of art. You could say it was a work of art, and there's no formal training. They picked it up as they went along.
Well, you do it as you were shown how to do it,
Mm,
and that's the way they learn is by trial and error.
yep. Yeah.
There used to be a guy on YouTube called Jack Northrop, and he'd go walking around San Jose Bulacan,
Mm.
and he met this guy who makes bamboo nipa huts. But I mean, he makes houses, all this stuff. He's excellent. I mean, fantastic. But I wouldn't buy one because the termites, they eat shit up. I had a uh nipa hut. Not I forget what you call them things. It's just a party hut, right in the back, and
Yeah,
the damn
I
term
know. Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're talking about. But there's
a
one just
bai
not too far
kubo,
away from me.
a bai kubo is what they call
Cuba.
them.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not a house. It's a
It's got a
bai
straw
kubo.
roof.
Yeah, and
Yeah, it's
and
got
I
a
put a
straw
damn
roof, and it's
the roof was bad, so I put a metal roof on it. One of these corrugated tin things, put
or
like they use on the houses, and hell, that cost
yeah,
as much as the Nipa hut. And then
exactly.
the termites got on the Nipa hut. I'd step in it and just go through the floor. I said, no, this thing got to go. So
Yeah,
I got rid of.
I'm not particularly interested in corrugated roofs.
Well, not
The
here.
when was the
I
last
like them.
when was the last time we had a blow? We had a
A what?
tornado there. A tornado, or not tornado,
Typhoon.
hurricane, is it?
Yeah,
Typhoon.
hurricane.
Ah! I think it's a
A
different.
typhoon.
I think it's what's the difference between a hurricane, a typhoon, and a
The wind speed.
yeah, yeah. Is it anti clock or clock?
I don't know,
I
man.
still can't figure that
We're
out.
on the
Uh,
we're on the border. It depends on which way it comes from. Okay, we're on the border of the equator. So if it's coming from the south, it's counter. If it's coming from the north, it's clock.
yeah, that's a that's a confuser. But I've often seen mini, in the schoolyard, all the dust. I've seen mini tornadoes. You know that
That's a dust devil, man. That ain't no tornado.
I'm that's what I'm talking about. That it's got the shape of a tornado, isn't
Yeah. Let me
it?
tell you, in Texas, a tornado, it comes through. I've shown 10 pictures, man. It's like a half a mile, say uh uh a
Oh,
kilometer
well,
wide, and it'll go like 10 kilometers in a row. It turns over cars, snaps trees, blows houses away. I mean, it's nothing but a dump yard for that whole distance.
yeah, I've, I've I've seen film of it, but I've never experienced one. So, but
Oh,
I'm
I
just saying,
have.
like,
I lived in Tornado Alley. There was always
I've never
the
seen
Red
one.
River the Red River between Oklahoma and Texas creates
Mm,
a lot of tornadoes. Generally on the south side of the Red River because that's the Texas side. Because you
mm.
got the hot air meeting the cold air, and they make a vortex, and and that's it, man. It goes.
Ah, vortex. Well, we get no. You see, like we were talking about those corrugated roofs. Now, my father-in-law, um, they was it about three? It could be 4 years. It was before that pandemic thing. They lost their. They've got a shack. They live in a shack, right? It's got a dirt
Yeah,
floor. It's a
yeah,
typical. That's. I'm talking about my family, right? My extended
yeah.
family, and the corrugated roof blew off, right? Um, and I was in Newtown at the time. I was living in Newtown, and obviously the telephone came up. The telephone call came. Andy, can you come and help? I'm like, well, you know, when you say like, can you come and help? You know, you better bring your fucking wallet with you.
Yeah, that's the help they need. They got plenty of Filipino hands, but no cash to put in them.
Oh
Well,
dear.
you know,
So, yep, you're exactly. That's what happened.
there, like a guy built a house by me, and within 2 years, it's all rust. It starts out nice and shiny, silver and
Yeah,
shiny, and in 2 years, it's all rust.
yeah. They
My
don't.
brother
They don't.
built.
They,
My
they don't
brother
pay.
built a
They don't.
house. My brother built
Mm,
him a house, and he used the metal from America, right? I mean, he's in America, so he built. I forget the name of the company, but it's guaranteed 25 years. And 10, 12 years later, there ain't a bit of rust on that sucker. None.
and is that what do they call it? Galvanized.
Yeah,
It's
that's what
gal.
it's supposed to be. That's what it's supposed to be here. But it's
But
nothing but lead.
yeah, I mean, if I go to if I'm in a hotel uh, on Lapu Lapu, and you look down from any floor, even the second floor, all the roofs are red, and they're
Yeah.
not red
Well,
from
they're
paint.
rust. They're rust. They're not
Yeah.
red. Now I got one neighbor. He got one that's got like a blue coating on it, and
Yeah.
it hadn't rusted yet. But I mean, just regular silver metal roofing. two
Yeah, yeah.
years, dude. It's all rusted out, which means you got leaks in 4 years.
I see. Let's say hello to some people that just turned in. Road Dog. Road Dog's just turned in. He says, "Hello, Andy. Hello, you're back." And Road Dog says he sees tornadoes every year. He must be living in
Yeah.
the alleyway.
No,
The-
no. I
uh,
think he was from like up around Kansas or something. Kansas has a lot of tornadoes.
okay. Yeah.
Well, then he was living in California too, so I don't know.
Well, like I said,
I
I've
don't ever.
never
I used
experienced one,
I used to
and I
watch his
really don't want
channel.
to.
No, no, you don't want to. There ain't no getting out of the way.
I ain't gonna get in the way.
I mean, in the South, they dig big holes and make a shelter out of concrete, and and you go in there, man. I mean, it's got concrete roof, walls, everything, man, and big old steel door. So it blow everything away. But you go underground and you got your little ball mason jars full of peaches and all this stuff. So you got food down there for about 3, 4 days. You never know. But hell, we never
Well,
had a storm cellar.
yeah, I think it was back in the '60s when the big scare was going on. Everybody had to a
A
a bomb
bomb
proof
shelter.
shelter, didn't they? Yeah. No, I just
Yeah,
wanted to,
they, they tell you.
If Brian was ever, he's thinking about starting. I've had uninterrupted internet connection here, and there is a package coming out now where you can buy. It's it only costs 14,000 peso for the equipment.
It's a re. It's a refurbished. It's refurbished.
Oh,
He mentioned something about that. It's refurbished. If you buy brand
oh,
new, it's like 30,000 for brand new.
yeah.
But somebody says, "Hey man, this ain't
No,
working." They send it back, get another unit. Well, they take that unit they sent back and refurbish it, and then sell it for half the price.
right. Okay. Yeah. Well, that kind of makes sense. But I bought mine. I think I paid about 19 for it a couple of years ago. That was on a special offer. But yeah, I still paid 2,700 a month for the
Well, that's
connection.
not bad. That's not bad. You get like Globe Fiber, it's like 25
Hmm.
or
And two,
20, 25. I don't know.
if I was in, yeah, well, when that time I went to London and I went London, Germany, and Northern Ireland, and I was able to pause the monthly fee. So there's no, you can get into a contract, but there is no contract. You can just pause it. You can buy it for a month, and
Well,
especially like if you're on the road like me, um, yeah, a month at 2,700 pesos, that's peanuts money.
yeah. Well,
Um, and
James Hightower, Texas Filipino. He has it. He has it in Texas. He has it here, and he likes it. He never says anything negative about that Starlink. Never.
it works. It works. It's great because like all you do is you point well, you've got it on your
You got a little
on your
receiver
phone.
you
You've got
put
an app.
outside.
Yeah, you put the dish outside. You can actually lay it on the deck, or you can put it on the roof. But it's on the deck is better. On the floor, I'm in. And you can synchronize the signal with an iPhone application or an Android application. You point it north, you can see where it tells you how to adjust the angle to point north.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it works. I got very
Well,
little. There's no latency here. There's absolutely no interruption.
I've thought about getting Starlink. Like when they first came out, Manila was where they were
Hmm.
selling them because that's the first place they're going to hit. And you could buy it cheap back then, like 20,000 new unit, and then so much a month. I was like, I ought to get that, but I paid for her little sister to have Converge fiber because they were doing that school online, and she had to get her lessons online. She couldn't use Globe or Smart, none of that crap because they always cut out. So I got her Converge fiber, but it's only
Yeah,
1,500. It's only 1,500 a month, but I mean it doesn't go out. It's unlimited, and I would get it here, but I don't believe in signing contracts. I'm not going to sign a contract for nothing. But her
absolutely.
contract, she's had it. I don't know for like 3 years, so The contract's done. She just goes month to month now. But me and
Yeah.
10, we use 2,700 a month in load, for internet.
And that works out the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only additional thing I feel that people should, well, in my case, because I use it mobile on a number of occasions, is the battery pack. The battery pack is very, very bulky to be carrying around. But if you've got a car and you can put the battery pack in the car, and you can put the dish on the roof of the car, it works.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's especially if you're mobile. If you're mobile and you're motoring along, there is a few blips where it goes down to nothing and then it picks up straight away almost.
Well, yeah, you got satellites up there, man. You're gonna get in the area every now and then that's not
Yeah, there's a
covered.
little.
There's not an overlap.
Yeah, I mean, like you turn a bend, and the dish ain't pointing the right way. Yeah, there will be a little blip. Mm.
Well, my phone's always got Wi-Fi, so if I'm out and about, I just use I don't know what it is, Smart, I guess here because some places Globe is good, other places Smart's good. And
Are you
used to
talking
I
about
had a
that? Are you talking about that little pocket Wi-Fi?
no, I used to have one of them,
Yeah, they don't
but
work.
I just use my phone. I use data on my phone. I just put data on my phone and I use that.
Ah, okay, all right, yeah,
And
yeah.
and where I
I
live,
see
Globe of Smart is better than Globe. Now in Manila, Globe is better than Smart. So,
that.
it just I used to carry both because I didn't
Yeah,
know where I was gonna be. But now I pretty much stay in the hood. I don't need Globe. It's no good up here. It's
yeah.
always
I used to
bad signal.
I used to carry the little pocket Wi-Fi on the ferry, um,
Yeah.
but
When
it was
when
such
I
it was a nuisance to me, because it was frustrating to get that
yeah, you got
connection.
you got to charge it up. All this garbage. Yeah, man. I had one of them. I went.
Yeah.
I was at Puerto Galera, Mindoro, and
Mm.
I met these dudes. They taught in China. They taught English in China, and they were on
Oh,
vacation. So they're down there. I went down there to chase fuzz. Little clam hunting, and I met
yeah.
them, and we got drunk at this bar and stuff. We wound up. They chartered a little bonker boat to take them to this other town to go to the cockfights. I'm like, hell,
Uh,
I'll go to cockfights, no problem. So I go down there, and this dude in this little bonker boat, and he only pulls up so close to the damn shore. And I had to jump out, and I had that pocket Wi-Fi in my cargo shorts. I jumped out. Well, the water was a little deeper than my shorts, and, and boop, there went that pocket Wi-Fi. I always had problems with them pocket Wi-Fi, so I quit using them.
well, they're too bulky anyway.
Well, it's
Yeah.
just something else you got to carry, man. I don't need nothing I got to keep track of. It's bad enough keeping track of a panai. I go to the grocery store and turn around to get something, turn back around. Hell, I got to walk over the whole store just to find her, and that makes me mad, man. I, I mean, why can't you just stay put? Why you got to go walking off when I turn around?
Yeah. Uh,
She
yeah.
hits
I
that
knew.
next aisle. She hits that
I
next aisle. She's going down there just throwing stuff in that
yeah.
cart.
I've yeah. I've given up on phoning up and asking where are you. I just sit at the exit because I basically I don't like shopping anyway. I ain't walking around. I mean, you go into some stores here and the escalator ain't working. There ain't no fucking way I'm walking up that, you know. Walk up on the second floor just to get to tool fix
Well,
or tool handyman. Ha! No
the
way.
the up will be off. You have to walk up, but the
Yeah,
down
that's
will be on.
a,
The easy part's
ah!
done. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that I just don't do that anymore. You know.
Uh, I go
Yeah,
to the grocery store with 10. I say, come on. I know what I want, where it is. And I throw it in the cart. And then she
yeah.
goes around. I go out, go to 7-Eleven, buy Jack and Coke, and go sit at the table outside the store and wait on her.
Yeah. 7-Eleven is my favorite stop. Mm. I could sit
Well,
outside.
it's a convenient. Hell, I like 7-Eleven here. Hell, you can sit outside and drink. The one in the mall, hell, you can sit inside and drink. They don't ever say nothing. Hell, I've walked around the grocery store drinking Jack and
Well,
Coke, and they just look at me. They never say nothing.
well, yeah, there was a couple of times I was pulled up in 7-Eleven. You know, the staff would say you can't drink in the shop, but they've got a couple of you've got a couple of chairs and tables outside,
Well,
and
here
some.
in the mall,
Mm,
they don't have nothing outside, but they got a table, a couple of tables and chairs inside. So I'll just, I'll go up there and open my Jack. I'll
mm.
slam one real quick, get one to go, and then go sit at the table outside the grocery store.
Yeah, and like the odd time, like if I come across a foreigner, um, like if I'm up in Leyte here, like I am at the moment, I just go down the village. Um, Oftentimes you come across a foreigner, and they would stop off, you know, and they would stop off and just say hello, where you're from, and etc. etc. I don't try to get involved. I, Half the time, those guys are on the. They're almost as bad as the beggars outside.
I
I don't
don't.
know if I don't know if you've come across this.
I,
Uh,
I, I generally don't talk to foreigners. If I'm like in the S&R buying a pizza or something, and I'm in line and there's one, they're like, "Where you from?" And I'll tell them and yak a little bit, and then I'm out of there. I don't want to know you. I don't know you. So have a good day, huh? And I just one dude I knew.
yeah.
He was here and he died. I mean, he's younger than me. He worked in the prison system in Florida doing the
Mm.
IT stuff, and just all of a sudden he died. I guess he ate one too many Viagra or something. I don't know, but he up and died. I don't know any foreigners here.
Okay. No, but I do come across them. Um, it was quite. It was quite. It was quite funny. I I don't know if do you know Mactan, like Mactan Airport?
No, I've never been to Mocktown or
Uh,
Cebu.
I don't know. I don't know if there's an airport near where you, but they've got these little places where if you come off a flight, it's called nap and shower. You can stay all night if you want. It costs
Yeah,
about 3,000. It costs about 3,000 blah blah extra to overstay a night, which I normally use. But I met this guy. I was in the smoking area of Mactan. I just come off the flight, and I met this guy, and he was actually staying in one of these nap and shower facilities at the airport. And I said, "Yeah, I'm staying there tonight on that particular occasion." And he was flying out the next morning. Um, but the strange thing was, I was taking a ferry to I was taking a ferry to the Leyte, uh, continuing my journey. I wasn't going to stop up in McDan. I was going to go straight to Ormoc. And this guy said he was flying out the next morning, and I said, okay. That evening, I said goodnight to him, and I actually saw him the following morning, and he was walking toward the ferry. I said to him, "What happened?" He said, "Oh, I missed the flight," and he didn't have any money. He didn't
Oh
have
yeah.
money to to rebook a ticket, and he had to take the ferry all the way back to Ormoc so he could contact his relatives in wherever, some part of America, so they could hook him up with another ticket. Oh, I thought, how stupid!
This
Some of the situations that when you're traveling, that some of the people that you bump into, and the situations they get themselves into, uh, like missing a flight. How can you? Well, it happens, and it did
I've
happen.
never missed a flight. Now the flights missed me. Okay, I've never missed a flight on because
Mm,
of me. But this
yeah.
guy who died, man, he he wanted to borrow 10K so he could get his wife's twins to come down to where they live. I said, no problem, dude. So I loaned him 10K. God damn, a year and a half later he dies and still owes me 5K. I'm like, motherfucker. So I don't loan money to nobody.
Um. Well, you know the Filipino way of learn. They ask for a loan, but you'll never get
Yeah,
it back.
yeah. Can I utang? Can I utang? Look, I got that's a rule. No way, no way. I know they think it's a gift. It ain't no gift, okay?
Yeah.
And this girl who works at the Bronga, she, I go in, I need something, boy, she chop, takes care of it. And I've known her since I lived here. And she called 10 one day, text her, and I'm the condo, I'm the bank, right? So she calls 10 and she needed 3K to pay her electric bill, or they gonna cut it off. And I told her I
Uh,
generally don't.
I
I said I
I
generally
know where
don't
you're
do
coming
this.
about.
She said I'll pay you.
Yeah.
I'll pay you 1,000 for the next 3 months. I said okay, no problem. I said but this is not a gift. This isn't a pasalubong. Okay, this is pay me back. Well,
Yeah.
it's almost a year later, and she's paid me half of it back, and that's because I was at the desk like, hey baby, I need some
Mm.
rice. I need some rice. What's up? And she had to call and utang it from somebody else to pay me half of what she owed me. And I just letting her know that, man, this ain't no pasalu bond thing. This is a debt. You pay your debt.
Mm.
But I
I,
don't worry about it.
I I came I came across a situation. Well, it shocked me actually. This was about 3 weeks ago. I was in London, and I was trying to phone my daughter, and to I was asked to phone my wife's brother, wife's younger brother, and he asked me for money for load so that I could actually talk to my daughter. My daughter was staying with my wife's with Nana, yeah, what they call them, Lulu.
Grandmother,
Yeah,
Lolo.
what they Lolo. I call her Lulu. Lolo. That's the correct word. The correct word. Yeah, well, it is the correct word. And he picked
Yeah, the
up.
neighbor.
I was given his phone number, right?
Yeah.
Um, and he picks up the phone. I have a little chat with my daughter, And then I phone her back, and he picks up the phone. Oh, he hands the phone to my kid, right? But
Yeah.
anyway, what happened was he then came out with, "I don't have enough. You don't have." He didn't have enough money for me to phone my daughter.
Well,
He
that's
didn't have enough.
standard.
I didn't lose it. I just said no. I said I'll phone back. I'll phone another
And
number.
forgot, right? Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah,
Well, that's like my
I,
first maid when
I don't.
when I
What do, do you call that? I call it tapping. You know, like you tap a person. You know, it's like
yeah,
you open a tap like a water tap.
yeah, and it
Um,
just flows freely. Well, this tap's
uh,
shut down. The cap is welded.
oh, good lord, yeah.
But like my first maid, her little boy, he calls me Lolo. I mean, I've known him since he was like 2.5, right?
Yeah.
And I still send her 2K a month for him to take a private car to school and from school, so he doesn't have to walk or
Well,
ride in a trike. I
yeah.
mean that's routine. I can't say no to the little guy. No, you gonna walk, boy. No,
How
I can't.
how old is he?
Now, God, man, I don't know. He's about 8, something like that. I don't know, but
Oh,
hell,
we're talking way back, like when he was about 5.
no. When I first met him, he was like 2.5.
Ah, okay, okay, yeah, yeah,
Her,
yeah. But
the
he didn't
maid,
arrive. He didn't go to school until he was 5.
he went when I think well my maid's kid he just turned 4 and he's in like pre-K.
Oh, he's in kindergarten.
Yeah,
Ah,
that's my maid now. But this
oh,
maid I met, they picked me up at the airport. Her husband, and the little boy. They picked me up at the airport at NAIA, and
yeah.
I already had 2 hotel rooms reserved and stuff. And we went and put my bags in the hotel, and then we went to the Mall of Asia and went to Jollibee, and
Mm,
it's been a
uh-huh.
funnel ever since.
Mm.
But I just
I don't.
can't tell. I
I
can't
don't.
tell the boy, no, you got to walk to school in the rain. I can't afford it. I'm sorry. I can't do that.
I know what you're talking about there. Yeah, there was some. There was a mention of my child going to school um, while I was in while I was away in Europe. There was some. They said motorcycle,
Yeah, a
and I
track.
thought, fuck, motorcycle. You're gonna get no. Yeah, that's what they meant. You see, I picked up on motorcycle, and it was when somebody says motorcycle to me, it's 2 wheels.
Yeah,
Um, but a trike with a little cover on it, that was acceptable. Um, but they've got these electric trikes now, and I thought that's
yeah,
acceptable for my kid to go because my kid in August, the 3rd week of August, I was away, and it was a little bit lost in translation. The English between myself and my wife. And she said she's going to let the child go by motorcycle. And that's when I lost it. I said, no way. Because I took it as she was going to get on the back of a, some parts of the field, they got about 4 or 5 kids on the back of that trike. Well, they got one in the front,
oh
one
yeah,
on the fucking handlebars, and they got 3 on the back of that.
yeah.
And
Hey,
I said straight away,
I've seen them
I
where they
lost
got
it.
like a 2x6 behind the driver, two
Yeah.
kids on each side of that 2x6, one or two kids behind that, and then one sitting on the gas tank. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. But that's the way it is.
Mm,
But the maid who lives behind me, 10 is the little boy's godmother, Nana.
mm.
And and his mother has to go to school with him half a day every time he goes to school. She goes there and is there the whole time. It's not
Right.
like put the kid on a track and send him. No, no. She walks with him. She's there until he gets out of school and then walks home.
Mm. Well, we've only got 3 watching. Van,
Well,
who's the
we're
who's the third?
excited.
Well, we are. But
GD, you know he's on.
would he be the mystery guest? Come on, GD, come up and have a laugh with me. Or would it be Stacy? Stacy, are you in there still? Stacy said something about 15 minutes ago. Brian needs something beside what he has. Paul. Oh, Paul, it's you. Okay, good, Paul. You're a first. Paul's in there, right? That's good. So obviously Robert's gone to bed because he's the early bird. Marvin,
Well,
he's probably dropped out.
Marvin, he just woke up. He probably eating him some breakfast, taking a shower, all that good stuff. Getting
Paul,
ready for the
hit the Paul T, hit the link. I think it'd be the first time I've ever spoken to Paul. I've often saw him in the comments. Let's throw up a link.
I've never seen him on a live stream.
Well,
I mean, in the comments, yeah.
I think I've seen him on Brian, and I got to remember which way to copy and link this fucker. Sorry about the language. Paul, come up and say hello.
I don't think that's going to work. It's got to be in blue, Andy.
Hey,
It's
it's
in
gonna be in
white, blue.
what my link?
Yeah.
Try again. No, it's coming up the same. This is a new little laptop I've got. Pop that in. There we go. That should fill it.
It's in white.
Paul, come up and say hello.
Yeah.
Oh, no camera or mic. No camera or mic. Okay, no problem. I wonder what's happened to Gary, man.
He got more than one channel, man, and his other channel's more of a political channel, and he probably on there pumping that. Who knows, man? But GD's like a broken record. You can cover him today, and 3 months cover him, and it's the same thing. And after 3-4 years, it's repetition. Like Stacy was asking about Johnny Siam. Shit, Johnny Siam probably won't nothing to do with GD, man. That guy drive you nuts.
Yeah, there's a little clique of Australians there that they like to They like to get together, and they've got their own thing. They're not. They're a very closed network of Australians.
Well, they can stay closed because I ain't left nothing in Australia, and I don't talk to foreigners here. Why in the hell I want to talk to an Australian?
Is Paul T Australian? I wonder.
But I mean,
Uh,
the way I've gathered it from like the Mindanao midget and his buddies and GD and the guys he knows, they must just give the diplomas away because they don't know how to spell. Period.
it's a very strange community they have there, especially that collective that's on YouTube. And the way they talk to each other, they got no manners. They treat everybody like they just got no, what can I say, manner. They're like
They're
outbackers, people that live in
they're
the hills or something.
uncouth.
Ah, that could be a good word for it. Mm,
You know,
yeah,
I used when I was young, I said, man, if I ever go to Australia, I'm never coming back. You know, I mean, them chicks with blonde hair and blue eyes, and hey, mate, can I suck your Peter? Eh? I was just like, God damn, I want to go. I eat me some kangaroo and alligator. Shit, I don't. I have no desire to go now. After listening to them guys on the internet, Paul lives in
oh,
Australia.
okay.
But I mean, all these guys like GD and the midget, the guys who go on the midget channel, they can't spell simple words, and they use the wrong word for what they're trying to say. They're trying to say there, THEIR, there. You know, a person, their
Yeah,
dog.
yeah,
They put
yeah.
THERE. You know what? I learned that the
Yeah, yeah,
third
yeah.
grade. You idiot! What's wrong with you? I mean, they they can't spell or they don't know word usage or grammar. I just I'm like, God damn, man, how you people even make a living? You know, working at opal mines out in the outback or something.
Yeah, I've met a lot of Australians who've been very, very pleasant, sociable, and people I've spent time with. I It's this particular clique that attracts. Um, what's that guy's name? Wendell Grindle, Swindle Grindle, Wayne. Oh, Wayne Grindle. That's it. Yeah, Wayne
Yeah,
Grindle, and that other idiot in England calls himself Young from the Garden of Kent.
yeah, he's that's a goofy guy there.
Uh, I, I've spent a lot of time in airport bars, and I've spent a lot of time in bars. I've met hundreds of Canadians, Australians, Americans. The Americans I keep away from is those guys that the dogs of war. The dog
Yeah,
that's he has a he has a beer and he's killed one, and he's had four beers and he's killed the whole platoon.
yeah,
Those are the
man.
guys I stay away from.
Well, most of the guys I know who were like in Vietnam and stuff, they don't
Hmm.
care to talk about it. I mean, I know one cat.
Yeah,
They
the,
got ambushed in the
I,
jungle, and and they were shooting at him, and he jumped down and rolled behind a tree, and they shot through the tree 7 times with an AK and hit him. He was hit 7 times, and he don't care about talking about Vietnam. I mean, I know a lot of guys who were in Vietnam, and they don't care to talk about it, man. They got no
I
need to talk about it.
I know exactly where you're coming from there because I've met a lot of guys out of them, and they do not talk. It doesn't matter how many drinks they've had, they don't talk about it.
Well,
They
you
say
know, when I was,
they've done their bit. They say they've done their bit, and they leave it at that.
yeah,
Yep, they just don't talk about it.
uh, you know, when I was young, they had trouble recruiting people in the military. And you get in a little trouble and you get in front of the judge will tell you, okay, you can go to prison for 2 years or you can join the military. What you want to do?
Mm,
Well, that ain't much choice, is it? So that's how they did the recruiting when I was young. And,
mm,
you know, that's the kind of mentality they were pulling in.
mm.
My brother went in the military and he told me and my other brother, look, don't do that shit. Don't go
Mm.
in there. That ain't nothing but brainwashing. Don't go in there. And neither one of us did. And
Right.
our family's pretty much fought in every war since the revolution.
Mm, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, the Philippines attracts some good people, and I mean, I
The,
like to have a drink. I like to have a drink, um, but I there's a lot that I don't talk about. There's a lot. I'll talk. No, I won't stretch. I'll never. I won't go. I know my limits where my personality tolerance toward the person I meet and the person that meets me. I do stay on my guard against it. You know, like I say, we've all had a beer, um, but there are limits to where you can go and where you don't go. You know, and the one thing is you don't talk about weapons or what you've done in the service.
well,
Absolutely no.
when I lived in Las Piñas, suburb of Manila, 30 minutes
Mm,
from the casinos, I'd go to the bars a lot. But I'd go with the maid's husband. He's Filipino, and we'd pretty much go to Filipino bars. There ain't no conos in there or nothing. Every now and then you'd run across a Filipino who'd been to America or Canada, you know. But
mm.
since I met 10, nah, I don't go to no bars, man. Hadn't been to any. Don't care to go. Uh, I think me and her and that dude who died. I think we went to a bar a couple of times. That's it. You know, I just soon sit at the house and have mine here. I got no problems. I ain't got to mess with nobody.
Mm.
But you
I
know,
like.
we go out to eat and have drinks and stuff. But that's not a bar. You know, it's a restaurant.
That's what I was. That's what I was just going to say to you that I don't go. Well, there are no Filipino bars where I am. It's a
You know
restaurant,
what?
you know, and then
Yeah. Well, no, I mean
there.
in Las Piñas area, I mean there's strictly just bars, Filipino bars. You know, hell, I
I,
used to go to Makati to I can't
I
even
think
think of
you'll
the name of
find.
the
Yeah,
street.
yeah. I can appreciate like if you're living in Manila, Makati, and the financial district there. What is it? Oh, what's the financial district of Manila?
Well, it's Makati.
ODR, is
Makati's
it? Oh, the financial
the
area.
NCR.
No,
It's the NCR. That's a National Capital Region. That covers like uh BGC, Makati.
that's
Uh,
BGC is where yeah, yeah. BGC, BGC. What's that the acronym for? BGC.
Bonio
B.
Global, Bon, Bonificio Global City. I
Now
believe
that's
that's what
not
it's
in
for.
Makati.
No,
Is that
it's
in Makati?
see,
It's a
Manila
city
is
on
a
its own.
bunch of yeah. It's but
Well,
you don't ever know you leave Manila. That's the way Manila is. It's a bunch of little cities
city. Yeah,
put
yeah, yeah,
together.
yeah, yeah.
Manila itself is not that big. It's just everything around it is included as the
Man-
NCR, National Capital Region.
Right. Okay. Now I was
But you
just trying
never
to
know. You
pick out.
never know.
I was
You
trying
go
to pick
from
out
one city.
particular areas.
You never know when you go from one city to the other. Like Makati
Yeah.
is on the south side of the NCR.
Right.
BGC is on the north side. But
Mm.
BGC is a great place, man. Good restaurants. It's clean. It's more civilized. You
And
know, it's
is that where you would find a Filipino bar?
oh no, not really. Restaurants, yeah, they would have bars that but not like uh damn P. Burgos Street in Makati. That's where you go to get your street walkers. They got like underground bars for dancing and drinking, and they got the rooftop bars and stuff. But if there's certain areas you go to that's just pretty much drinking and women chasing, like Malate, I think it's called,
Ah,
over by Greenfield malls. Greenfield malls. There's like three malls there. They're nice, and Greenfield's nice residential area. It's one of the nicer in the Manila area, but right off of it is Malate, which
yeah,
that's a bunch of Filipino bars with walkers, bacalas and everything else.
yeah. I just haven't got a clue about Manila.
Well,
Yeah, I
it,
haven't
it
got.
I got
I've been
I moved.
I've been there, but
Okay,
I I've been there when I went. I was traveling down to. I actually stopped off in one of the airports. I think could have been Nino, but I was on my way to Batangas.
NAIA. Yeah, it'd
Nino
be Aquino,
Aquino. Sorry,
Ninoy Aquino, Ninoy
Nino.
Aquino
Yeah, yeah,
International Airport, NAIA.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I
But
stopped off
Batangas is
there
not
to
far from
carry
me.
on to Batangas.
Yeah,
Are you
Batangas is
serious?
not far from me. Yeah,
Oh, well, I spent a little bit of time there. No, I wouldn't
I
say
used to
a
go
great
down
deal.
there. I used to ride my motorcycle down there before 10, and I'd get on the ferry and go over to Mindoro to Puerto Galera
Ah,
and stay in a resort 2 3 days. Hang
yeah,
out
yeah.
on the little white beaches and stuff. I
Yeah,
mean,
I know that place. Yeah, I know
yeah,
where you are. Yeah, yeah.
it's not that far from me.
Mm.
I'm kind of
Oh,
halfway between.
so
I
so you're
Manila's
south of
about an hour and a half. Yeah, I'm
yeah, so
south of Manila,
you're south of Manila. Yeah. Okay.
a little bit southwest of Manila, and
About four. When you
Batangas is like
would you say you're would
southeast
you
of me.
would you say you're about 400K south of Manila?
Oh hell no! I'm 10. How far you think Manila is in K's? 80K
Well, I was
kilometers?
thinking
80
no,
kilometers?
the 80 400
It
kilometers.
it'd be 80
No.
or 100 kilometers. I'd get to Manila in an hour and a half, easy.
Oh, okay. So then I'm wrong in my estimation that Batangas is 400K from the airport.
Yeah, well, from
Would I be
when I
wrong?
lived in Las Piñas, I took SCAT, the tollway, You know, it's like on the east side of Manila, it goes down to Batangas. It took me, I don't know, 3.5, 4 hours on my motorcycle to get there. I even stopped and ate at
So,
McDonald's.
so you're only talking about 200,
Yeah, it's
200
not
K.
that far.
About 100, 200, 180, 200. Yeah, yeah. Oh, okay.
Which, you know, I was on the interstate. You know, it's not like driving in Manila bumper to bumper all the time everywhere you go. It's like get on there and haul ass.
Okay.
But it,
Now
you
I,
know, it didn't
yeah,
it didn't take me that
I'm
long.
talking, yeah, I'm talking 1989. Yeah, 1980, yeah,
Well, I
1980.
don't know if
The way my memory works is 89 was just 1 year before the Berlin Wall fell down. Well, the Berlin Wall was knocked down
yeah. Well,
in Europe.
I
Must
don't
be,
know.
it's
I
been
don't
about,
know. I don't know if they had SCAT. You know, which is the tollway from Manila to Batangas. I don't know if they had it then. Probably didn't. Which means you went through every little rinky dink.
no, 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 no. I did it was a freeway, well, a paid tollway.
Yeah, that's SCAT. Yeah. So,
Ah,
and on a bus, you know, it might take a while longer because you know they get off at towns and pick people up and everything. I was on a motorcycle. I just got on
no, no,
and went.
I was being
Boom.
picked up yeah, I was being picked up by a courier service. Yeah.
Which when I came back from down there one time, I had the guy. He said I couldn't get on the tollway. The cop, you
Mm.
know, I was at one end. They had these cops, and I was heading north. I said, "What are you talking about, man? I can't get on here. I just came down here with this chick, man, and hung out. And she's from uh over there at Puerto Galera, and we came down from Manila, and she went home, and you know, I rode down. I had on a pair of shorts. He said, "Well, you can't wear them shoes." I said, "What are you talking about, man? They're Crocs, dude. They're shoes. They're not chanillas." And then he's like, "Well, you can't wear shorts." I said, "What are you talking about? I came down here with them on. I left Manila with them on. I ride all over Manila with shorts on. What you mean?" And then he said, "Well, your motorcycle's a 390. It's got to be a 400." I said, "Dude, I rode it down here through all the toll booth stuff." And
Oh,
it's a 400. It's registered as a 400. They don't have a 390 registered slot. It's registered as a 400. But he didn't want to hear it, man. He said, "No, you're gonna have to go some other way." And then he being friendly, he wanted bullshit. He's like, "Well, he said, let me see your registration." I showed him the registration, the original title, everything to it. I said, "Here, dude, check out what you want. I don't care."
uh,
and and finally he wouldn't let me go, and he said, "Well, you got you a wife here?" I said, "Hell no! I just told you I was with this chick down at Puerto Galera." "What you mean? I got a wife?" "No." He said, "Oh, really?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "What do I need a wife for? I like my money. I don't want to give none of it away to somebody else." And he laughed and shit. But I had to go the back way, all the way back to
uh,
Manila because of that asshole. But I didn't mind it.
yeah.
It's
Talking about the ARC card, alien registration card.
yeah,
Have you what kind of visa are you on?
SRRV.
Oh, so you're on a 13.
No, that's a marriage. I'm on a deposit X amount in the bank,
Hmm.
and they go by age. If you're like under 50, you
Yeah,
got to
see,
put like 15 or
yeah,
20,000 USD. If you're over
yeah,
60, you put like 5,000. So
Yeah, yeah.
and it's
I'm
and
on
it,
a
it
I'm on a business visa.
okay, an
And
investor.
it works. It works yeah, it works a little bit differently. But this time, um, I've got to this time I came back about a week ago. About no, more than a week. About 10 days ago, they said I've got to go down and re-register my what was the card? ARC, ARC, alien.
ARCI, Alien Restoration uh, Card Identification or something. Uh, you got to do that every year by March, the end of March. Uh, but with a SRRV, you just go pay one time a year. That's it, done deal, and you don't have to mess with them no more. And you put your money in the bank, and if you want to buy a condo or something, you can use that money to buy you a condo, and you're all
Mm.
right. But I don't to get a marriage license here to get married here is such a pain in the ass, especially during the COVID gig. You know, because Americans, you have to go to the consul to the embassy and get a thing of capacity of marriage. It's called, and you got to show like you've been divorced. You got to show your
Say
divorce
that.
papers with capacity of marriage
Say that
to
again.
get capacity of
Oh,
marriage,
what the
which
fuck
means
is that?
it means you can get married. You're capable of getting married. Okay, and like you go to the American embassy if you've been divorced, you take your divorce paper with the state seal on it, show it to them, and they give you a capacity of marriage form, which they notarize. Then you take that, you give that in, then you go to these damn marriage classes. You got to go uh, to a cinema, get a cinema. You got to get a marriage license. I mean, there's a list of shit you got to do to get married. And by the time you get all of it done,
Oh,
some of it's
oh,
already ran out, which means you got to go back and do that again. I'm like, and and in COVID, the embassy pretty much shut down, and they quit giving out capacity of marriage, which
hey, Van, I
you
just
gotta have you gotta have the capacity of marriage to get married. That's what the Filipino law
Van,
says.
I'm
Well,
gonna yeah, yeah, Van, I'm gonna come back to that subject. I just noticed Brian's in the comments.
yeah. Well, it took the Filipino government 2 years to decide they needed to do something other than the capacity of marriage. So they passed a law that most lawyers don't even know about, that you can get a form that overrides the need for the capacity of marriage, right? You get a Filipino lawyer and basically same thing, get it notarized. But then you go to get married and the preachers and stuff are like, oh no, you don't have a capacity of marriage. So, you know, some lawyers know about it, not all. And then you go to get married, and they're like, "No, I ain't gonna marry you. You ain't got the right paperwork." No, 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 because I've heard about more than one person who had to go to many people to get married. So I'm like, "Well, fuck it. I'll just stay on SRRV, man. I can leave the country and come back. I don't have to get no exit clearance, none of that shit." So, you know,
Right.
why
Okay,
why change?
what a kind of what a kind of big story short here. Are you married, Van?
Legally, no. But I've been with her long
Okay.
enough. In Texas,
Oh,
I would have be common law marriage. I mean, she could get half everything if we were in the U.S.
yeah, yeah. The point is, the question I wanted to ask is, are you legally married in the Philippines?
No, no.
Good. End of story. I just want to get back to Brian here. Brian, um, I'm up here in Kananga on the mountainside, and I've got a little dish up here. It's about the size of that. It's a Starlink connection, and I was talking earlier with. I noticed your live stream this morning. Uh, some people were inquiring about Starlink, and I can I don't I don't get any benefits from telling you that Starlink works. Even the little mobile dish that I have, and I have it now. I bought my dish at 19,000, and I pay 2,700 a month, and I can pause it whenever I'm out. Whenever I'm out of town on business. When I say out of town, I mean out of the Philippines. I can pause it, and I don't pay the Starlink dish uh, fee. So I know you're talking about. I know your live stream earlier this morning was something to do with Starlink, and it works for me. And I think you should go with it because 2,700 a month is approximately about the same as what you would pay as what Van said. He pays about seven. Was it Van? You pay what for load?
Well, for load between me and 10, yeah, it's kicking at that two something easy. And then I pay her
Oh,
sister's Converge, which it's 1,500 a month.
yeah, but that's an additional package
That's
you
an
have.
additional house. That's an additional house. But between me and 10, yeah, we spend 2K a month on load each for watching YouTube and playing games and just surfing.
Brian's got a question there. Is the 2.7 the only fee other than the equipment cost? Yeah, the connection fee per month is 2.7, Brian.
Yeah, Brian,
And
you buy the equipment first time out of the box, and then it's just monthly fee, and it's not
yeah,
contract. It's not
it's no
contract like Smart or
no
Globe or none of that.
right. It's no contract. You pause it whenever you want to. If you want to take a holiday up to Manila, well, actually, you can take it with you if it's a mobile. And the dish I'm talking about is about the size of that. It's an 8 by 4 sheet of paper dish. I don't have the residential because a residential dish is a bigger dish and it's permanently fixed and it comes on a pole. But the dish that I have is mobile. I can take it off my roof or my deck and put it on top of my car, and I can drive down to Omar Port. What was that question? Is it unlimited gigs?
Yeah,
Um, yeah, it's unlimited, but the upload is about, well, it's more than adequate. I've been getting, I've seen it at 150 upload, and I've seen it at, if you turn a corner, if you have it mounted on the top of your car, if you turn a bend and you've got to configure it to the mobile app. Um, the dish has to point north. But where you're living, if you're going to be residential, you, you don't have to you don't have to use a residential dish. Residential dish is going to cost you about 28. Is that right, Van? About
I think it's
28,000.
about 30 for a new one, an unrefurbished.
Is it? Oh,
If you get a refurbished, they're under 20, and that's what Brian was talking about, getting a refurbished.
a refurbished. Well, I don't know. I don't know the size of the dish that's going to come back as refurbished. I was just talking about
Well,
my.
Texas
Okay.
Filipinos is like maybe a foot and a half by a foot and a half at the most, and that's
Oh,
a
so
home unit. That's
and
a home unit. But he
yeah,
takes it wherever he goes and hooks it up, sets it up,
yeah,
hooks
but
it up.
does that does that have the internal antenna and there's a is there a because as far as I know the
Yeah,
the
you
box.
turn it on and it sets itself up. You
No,
know what I mean?
what I'm talking about is the hub. Now the hub on the mobile is built into the dish, right? You know about that, right?
Well, I don't know about the mobile. I don't know anything about the mobile, but
No,
I know that
yeah,
James
but it's
Hightower has one that he uses at home. But he can take it, put it in his truck, and take it with him. And whenever he gets where he's at, he can take it out and set it up, just like
yeah,
in
yeah,
the bed of his truck. Turn it on,
yeah,
it picks up the satellites, and he's ready to rock.
yeah. But I'm talking about the hub now is built into the dish, and I don't
I
know
don't know
whether
what
that
you I don't know what you mean by the
the
hub.
hub.
Makes it turn, make it turn.
No, it's another part. You have the dish on its own, and then you have the hub, which is a separate unit, right?
I don't know. You're talking mobile, and I don't know anything
No, yeah,
about a mobile, but I know that
yeah,
Hightower, he'll take his from his house and take it with him whenever he goes somewhere.
yeah.
And
Well, that's
whenever he gets where
the
he's
one
going
that
to
you're talking
stay,
about. The one you're talking about has the built-in hub in the dish.
then why are you asking me if it's got a built-in hub? If you already know the answer, Andy,
But I don't. I'm
I don't
talking about.
know.
No. I'm trying to get this out to Brian. He's saying the quote he was got was 28 for new, 14K for the refurbished, but there's no mention of the hub there. But I do know that the offer of the 14K for the refurbished one, if it's a mobile one, it has the hub built into the dish. It has the mobile and the antenna, I should say, built into the dish. What does Paul
Well,
say?
the dish thing is the antenna. It's what
No,
connects to the satellite.
oh, Brian, Brian, I think we have to
and
go back. Brian, I think we
and then
have to
all
go
and
back to the well.
if you I guess like Bluetooth to your satellite, your dish. You know, this dish communicates with the satellites, and then you like Bluetooth to the to your dish to connect.
No.
I don't
No,
know. I've never seen one.
yeah, oh, yeah. Oh, the setup on top of this roof, or it's movable. I mean, I could reach up and take that dish down and put it on the floor space outside of this log cabin on the ground. There is no hub. The hub is built into the dish. Okay. Now,
Well, that's just
before,
a base. That's just a base, a stand. It really, I don't see it having
Van,
any purpose.
Van. What we're doing is we have a dish and a power pack connection, right? That there is no, before on the residential, you had the dish itself, then you had the hub unit, then you had the electrical connection, right?
Yeah.
Now, uh, the new pieces that are out with the mobile, there is no hub. The hub is in the dish. The hub and the antenna is inside the dish. So all you're basically doing is you put that thing out on the outside the door here on the ground. You plug it into one of the sockets, a power socket, and the app on your phone will coordinate the the position
Lock
of the
into the satellite. Yeah.
yeah, and you're good to go. Now that Brian is not familiar with what I'm talking about at the moment.
Well, if it's cheaper, it'd work for him because he ain't gonna be going nowhere. He just stick it upstairs on that deck and
Yeah, well, I
power it
don't
up.
know. Yeah, I don't know if Brian could buy the residential
Why
or the
not?
well, he is resident.
And he could buy a mobile because he got a truck. He might go somewhere. There's no
He,
reason for him not to be able to buy either one.
and that would be his choice. You see, I'm not advising him to buy the mobile or the residential. It would
Well,
be
he does.
it would be his choice to choose the residential, or if he wants to go mobile and take it with him down to perhaps say Taglaban or whatever the nearest big town that he's with, or if he wanted to go to market with it. It's entirely Brian's choice. But I'm not here to advise him on the choices he makes. It's entirely up to him the choice he makes. Obviously, you'll appreciate that, Van. Yeah.
Brian says there was no choice as far
Hang
as
on a minute.
he
Brian
saw.
says, um,
Then they're only selling refurbished residential units.
see, this is where you see when I go to that website. Well, if I go to the Starlink website, it doesn't give me the choice either. It doesn't give me it it gives me a choice whether I choose residential. They both come up at 14K, and it's good until I believe on the website that I last looked at. I think it works up until September of this year, which is next month, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
What date have we got today, Van? Have we only got
24th.
another? Oh, so
We
we've
got
only got we got another week.
one week, 1 week, September 1st.
Ah, right, yeah. So
No,
I
it's the
really
25th.
I
I'm
can't
sorry.
help
It's the
running out
25th.
25.
Yeah.
How many days?
I can't.
30 days September. Oh,
31. 31. This coming Saturday is the 31st.
what have we got now? Oh, it's Sunday today. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, it's the
It's
25th Sunday.
almost 26.
Yeah,
Yeah,
20
Brian,
minutes.
that's the best I could, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Brian, that's the best way I could help you out there with Starlink. It's, hmm,
Well, if
I,
You say they didn't list it on the site you went to. Then how'd you get it if they didn't list it?
See, I didn't go to the. It's not Philip. It's not Starlink dot ph. I went Starlink.com, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, Starlink.com is worldwide. I don't know where. I don't know where. I don't know
Well,
where Brian would end up purchasing the equipment from.
well,
Whether it's
Starlink, I don't think it matters, man, because it's worldwide. And if he
yeah,
bought it through American, they'd just ship it to him. I mean, no big
that's
deal.
that's the way I understand it. It's .com, which is .com is commercial. Com is commercial. Yeah.
Well, no, it's internet, like
No, I mean,
Pornhub.com. That's not commercial. It's free. COM is the net, dude.
well, forgive me, Van, but I've always understood com as being commercial. And then
Uh,
if it was PH, it would be country specific.
You're
Or if it,
educating me tonight, Andy.
uh, I'm sorry, Van, but it was just the way I understood it, not the way
I
maybe
understand.
somebody will pick it up different to me. Okay.
Well, evidently, I picked it up different.
Brian, I'm sorry I missed your live stream this morning. I know there was a portion of your stream. It was a little bit questionable about Starlink. I'm just trying to help out. It works, Brian. It works, and you can buy now if you wanted to commercialize your Starlink. It's called Vendo Internet. Have you heard about it, Van?
No, What is that? Windows.
Oh, you get the kids. The kids come along and they pay a few pennies, well, a few pesos, and they can have a little bit of slot time on Starlink. You can commercialize it.
Oh, yeah, it's like a internet cafe hookup.
Yeah, that's how it works. That's if Brian wants to take up that. I'm just letting it out there. Don't tell fucking that cunt in fucking casino. He'll,
I don't.
he'll
I don't think there's a lot of kids roaming around out there at Brian's farm looking for an internet cafe. They're probably
but
not very profitable.
I'm telling you, it doesn't matter. Pennies are pennies. I where my extended family live, one of my extended family, she's a 12-year-old. She gets pocket money, and she spends all the pocket money on a vendor internet. They get a vending
But
machine. I'm telling you, man, it's true.
I, I believe you. I believe you. But where Brian lives, there ain't that much foot traffic. Okay, ain't no kid gonna be walking
Well,
around with
I,
no
I'm not.
centavos.
I'm. I'm I'm not talking about. Well, I'm just saying. Well, I don't know the demography of or the foot traffic around Brian. I really don't know, but there's a lot of guys that they're on internet, they're on motorcycles. They pass Brian. So what's to stop them from stopping off and having an hour with Brian on a vendor and having a cup of coffee or a bowl of noodles? What's to
Well,
stop
that's
that? I mean,
true.
it's an opportunity. It's an
Oh, now,
opportunity.
now,
And you know,
now
like
he's looking at a sorry now or a Canadaria.
what was that, Brian? 3 weeks until I can get it. Nowhere. Okay. No one is going to pay 6K for that. Ah! Brian's talking about that thing down in outside of the casino house. Oh goodness. Oh my God. Oh dear.
Oh,
Yeah, Brian,
he's talking about GD's
yeah,
Hyatt Hotel.
the circus. Billy Smarts. What was that famous circus from America? Um
Barnum and Bailey.
Barnum Bay.
Well, that's a big one in America.
I yeah, I used to call it the Billy Smart. Well, I associated that rig with that fractal rig that he had. He should fucking petrol bomb that fucker.
That's what I told Marvin. You know, me and Marvin talking about it. I said, "Hell, man, he paid for that thing. They should." And then he says, "Oh well, I'll get the lights fixed and everything, you know, and all this, and you can take it down to the restoration office and get it registered when everything's working." And it was like, well, how the hell did he get it from where he bought it to his house? He drug it, didn't he? So he breaking a crime right there, committing a crime right there. And I told Marvin, I said, hell, they should have paid GD just to throw some gas in there with a match and open a keg up. You know what I mean? That's all that thing is worth, man. That's like a 1970 drag behind Winnebago. It ain't nothing. It got a damn house air conditioner in the back, and he calling Stacy a mom. That's a real ridge runner right there. They go put a damn house air conditioner in the back of a motorhome or trailer.
Oh. No, like looking at Brian's future, and I'm sure he'd like to expand a little bit or have a little bit of extra revenue coming in from somewhere. And if he could, well, there's lots of opportunity that I could make a mention of, but I'm not going to. But I could see that. I mean, the area that where Brian lives is not going to stay still. It's not going to stay the same um, in the coming years. And the more and the older Brian gets, and he's looking for a little bit of extra income stream, there is opportunity with having a proper internet connection. And
Well, well,
uh,
whoever he sold the land to, if they're going to build a house, he could just go in half on the cost of the internet. That way, that guy wouldn't have to buy a satellite or none of that because it's unlimited, and he's close enough. Probably he could connect to the satellite, and
yeah,
that
well, I
way
would.
it cost Brian half price.
I think. I think. I think. I think Brian is more independent. Like that piece of land that's gone now. I'm sure Brian would like to be. It's gone, and he'd be looking toward his own interest. Um, there's- I mean, he's got. I think there's an opportunity there where he could have a roadside stand of selling, where he could sell his vegetables on that road, um, and at the same time have a tiny snack bar type of thing. Um,
Well, he could do that right in front of his house. His driveway's on the main road right there.
yeah, that's what I was trying to pinpoint. That he could have that uh, stall set up and perhaps sell a bowl of noodles or flip a hamburger. Um, well, it's entirely up to Brian, whatever way he sees what that roadside venture could go like. And there's only one way to do it. Try it, and if you don't succeed, close it and do something different. That's the way I look at it. I'd give it a shot. Yeah, my kind of attitude would be give it a go. If it doesn't work, well, it doesn't, and close it down. Mm. The Philippines is hit or miss. You could be onto something, or you. I mean, like when I drive in Lakey, I pass by people who are selling Coca-Cola bottles of gasoline,
Gasoline.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's a Providence
Coca-Cola
way.
one. And the amount of times I've stopped on many occasions to buy a bottle of Coke to fill up my gas tank.
Tell her, pull up, tell them, fill my car up, will you? Shit.
Well, I find it funny, but when you need to get from A to B, you'll go and buy the bottle. You know, if you run dry, that bottle is very, very useful.
Well, it's better than pushing a motorcycle, that's for damn sure.
Oh, absolutely, my man. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I wonder, Brian,
Well,
if what was that?
I watched Charlie catching some fish the other day. I went and watched that video. He was
Oh, really?
he was
I didn't look at it.
yeah, he was a happy camper catching them fish, man. He didn't want to give his mom that cane pole. He was busy.
Excuse me. What does Charlie have a rod?
No, just a cane pole, man, like a bamboo piece.
Oh, he's got a pole and string, a hook
Yeah, that's
and
it, with a hook on it.
yeah. Oh well, that is a good way to start. And
Well, that's the
you know,
way I started.
well, with fishing, it's all about thinking, patience, and you don't think about catching fish. You throw the line in, and then you let your mind wander, and you go out. You you know what I'm talking about, don't you? If you go fishing.
Yeah, I didn't drink back then, so that was pretty much it. Throw the hook out, go try to catch a grasshopper until something hits it.
Well, that's I would imagine. Well, I don't know the child's mind, so if Charlie got the ambition of catching one of those tilapia, oh, that would be an achievement, wouldn't it? That would turn him. That would turn him into, you know, I don't know if you know the blue marlin that we have jumping around like when we go to sea here, man.
I never seen
You
no marlin. I see porpoise, but I don't see no marlin.
well, the trip from Lapa Lapa to Omok, I see the marlin jump. My goodness. Uh, um, and yeah, it's shock and awe to see one of those jump. Yeah, catching a marlin. Oh, can you put that in Charlie's mind? I wonder. I don't know. It's something to look forward to.
Show him fishing in Cabo San Lucas. That's they catch the dog out of him down there.
Yes. Say that place again. San Lucius.
Cabo San Lucas.
Where's
It's
that?
it's on the Gulf of Baja on the Pacific side, not the Gulf, but the opposite side. It's a peninsula off of Southern California, but it's Mexico. And Sammy Hagar lives
Ah,
down there. Sammy Hagar, you know who that is? Guitarist.
no, no.
He used to play with uh, Van Halen,
Van Halen, I
but
know.
well, he when Eddie Van Halen left, Sammy Hagar replaced him.
Ah, okay. Right.
But he
Now you
goes
say
down
Van
to
Halen.
Cabo. He got a
You,
place I think in Cabo, and he has his own tequila. It's called Cabo Loco, I think.
you pronounce Van Halen as I pronounce it as Van Halen.
Oh well,
Yeah. But
yeah,
I think we got the same guy. Yeah.
yeah.
Musician.
It's
We're talking
yeah,
musicians here, aren't we? Yeah,
yeah. It's a band.
yeah,
Van
yeah.
Halen is a band, but Eddie Van
Right.
Halen is Van Halen.
I know where you are.
Hell, my
It's
brother, he used to go with his wife down in Mexico. I'm trying to think of Puerto Vallarta, I think. And before they even get out of the bay, she'd be hooked up on a marlin. And he said, "Hell, we didn't
hey.
have to go very far. They'd be going
Wow.
out, and she'd be dragging
So,
a hook on the way and catch a marlin in the bay."
mm, now from when I take the ferry from Mactan to no, it's not Mactan. It's actually Cebu mainland to Omok. Um, Flying fish and dolphin. Well, there wouldn't be dolphin. I think they're porpoise. Would you
It's a
agree?
porpoise.
Right.
It's
I
a
think you're.
porpoise.
Yeah, it's a porpoise. Yeah, and we do see the boom, the marlin. Oh, they come out of the water, and we can see the. I can see the full profile of that thing. Yeah, it's a wonderful sight. It's a great sight to
The,
see.
the only ferry I've been on here is from Batangas to Mindoro, Puerto Galera. That's the only one I've been on, man. Other than that, it's the bus or the plane.
Well, I'm a regular traveler between Cebu and Omok.
And there
Yeah.
ain't no airplane, right?
Well, Taglip, well, it's not worth it. It's only we're talking pennies on the ferry here. Uh, and you know, I'm an OAP now. Um, that OAP is old age pensioner. Somebody asked me about that before. They call them senior citizens in this country now, don't they?
Yeah. And they wouldn't give me senior. They wouldn't give me senior citizen discount. They said. They said. They said it's only for Filipinos. I said, old is old. What's it matter?
Well,
And I mean,
I get
I
a
had to.
discount. I get a discount at in Lapu Lapu at 10,000 Roses. I can go there. I can eat, drink, and be merry, and I get a 10% discount.
I've
I
heard of
don't.
other people who
I,
have the senior citizen discount, and I went to
yeah,
get mine,
I've got it.
and the the Braga captain went with me because it's all in the same building over there.
Oh,
He was over there. He was at the mayor's office doing something, but he said, "Here, I'll go with you." I said, "Okay." Went over there and he talked to him, and he told him, "Well, nah, call the head office and tell them, you want a senior citizen card for this guy." And they said, "No, it's for Filipinos only." Is what the
oh,
main office told them.
well, I, I'm entitled to it. Yeah, I
Well,
don't have
I
a
am too. Shit.
I don't have a card, but it just must be. It just must. It might be my face, you know.
Yeah, no,
But
But
they
at the
they allow
grocery
me to walk in.
store, at the
Oh,
grocery store or S&R getting pizza or something, I go in the old folks line and they don't say nothing.
good night, Brian.
Later, Brian.
Yeah, it's
But yeah, I've talked to people that have the senior citizen discount card here where, discount on tax or whatever. And I was like,
mm.
well, it'll save a few centavos. Here, Ken, we'll get it. We were over there anyway. And
Yeah. I you see you
it,
see with
they,
the
they
senior
said no.
citizen card, I can get away with that ARC
ACR,
uh, ACR. That's it. Yeah, I can get away with using that as a senior citizen. That's if I
well,
pull the senior. That's if I pull the senior citizen discount.
actually, it is the ARC, Alien Restoration Card.
Alien registration card. Yeah, ARC. Yeah. What was I saying?
I
ACR.
was saying it wrong,
So, doesn't matter.
but it's
We're both
A
we both know what we're talking about.
ACR-I identification.
Yeah, I don't have my wallet in front of me at the moment, but I'll take your word for it.
10 carries mine. I don't carry nothing like that.
It's part of my little yeah, and also to do with my driving license. That comes up for renewal next year. Is it?
I didn't even renew mine. I think you can go 2 years without renewing it and then go in and get it renewed, like a year and a half expired, up to 2 years, I think.
Yeah,
But I'm not going to
yeah.
be driving, so I didn't even bother.
Well, the few times the, the, the few times I need to use it is when I rent a scooter, and they 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 look at the card, they look at it, and they hand it back to me, and I can get a scooter out of here most any time. Yeah.
Well, I used to have a KTM 390, and I rode it around, and the whole time I only got stopped or asked for it 2 times, so I don't worry about it. I'm not going
No
to be
helmet.
driving anyway.
Yeah. I like to take the scooter. Um, it's a 125, and yeah, it works. It works for me.
Well, yeah. I mean, A to B and
Yeah.
B to
So
A. That's it.
yeah,
But I got rid of mine because
bottle of Coke.
I don't. Yeah, yeah. I don't want. I don't want someone to hit me from the side and hurt Ten's leg or something. That's why I got rid of it.
Oh, so you're talking about carrying somebody on the back?
Well, yeah,
Can
man.
you?
Yeah, we'd use it like to go to the store or something like that. Go to eat or something. But here the way they drive,
Yeah.
80%, 90% don't have a driver's license, much less insurance. And if they can drive off,
Helmet.
odds are they're going to. So I said, no, we'll take trikes and jeepneys.
Yeah, I've got always got a helmet. I actually got two helmets on a rental.
Well,
So
that's not going to help your leg when somebody runs into that motorcycle. Okay, I'm not worried about the head. There ain't nothing in there
yeah.
anyway. But yeah, I got helmets, and if I go to Manila, I'll use a Grab, or
Mm.
if I'm going for the day, I got a guy here that I just pay him 1,500, and that's it, man. That's the car, the gas, everything. As long as I won't go to Manila, and I don't have to worry about driving.
Mm.
And if
Yeah, I like
anything happens, it's on him, not me.
it's a convenient little tool for me.
Well,
Normally,
like
normally,
like I
normally,
say,
I got a nice little box on the back. I can put a nice pack in it and get my prescription. You know my prescription, don't
oh yeah. Uh-huh. Vitamins, get your vitamins. Which I used to love mine. I'd write all over Manila on it and
The
everything, man.
trouble is,
Then
the
came
trouble is
along,
now that wine is now almost 600 no, it's 300 a bottle, and my prescription for the evening is more than likely 2 bottles, or it could be a bottle and a half, depending on how. I'd probably have about 3 bottles tonight,
shit. For one
just to
bottle,
get
I
me out of
get
the.
6 liters, a little over that. I can get 6 liters of Red Horse.
Well, I like a beer. If I'm drinking in a bar, I'll drink the San Miguel Light.
Yeah,
But if I'm gonna plant myself at home, like when I say at home, if I'm in for the evening, a good bottle of red with we're looking at 13.5% content here. Uh, it
yeah.
kind of it kind of does me the. I don't wake up in the morning with. I wake up fresh in the mornings. I don't get cramp at night the way I used to do with beer.
Well, Red Horse is 6.6, and the Jack and Coke in the can is like seven,
14.
7.2, something like that. Which
Oh, with the
I don't.
Coke, yeah, yeah.
I've
I don't,
never liked wine. Never.
well, I like a good. I like meat, and I look after myself quite well. And although pork is the predominant meat in this country, pork and
Yeah.
chicken, on occasion, yeah, I do take a fancy to a piece of frozen steak. And although some of it, especially burgers, I really don't get on with burgers.
Well,
Um,
it's carabao meat. It don't taste good. And like
yeah,
these uh what's these little burgers 2 for 1 that you buy? Angel burgers. Hell,
yeah,
there
yeah.
there are a lot of soy in there. There's a lot of soybeans in that meat. They just
Mm.
don't taste good. I don't eat them. But I
Yes,
found out a long time ago
it,
that beer goes with steaks and white meat real good. I
mm.
don't I don't have to
Yeah,
worry about red or white.
yeah. Well, it's a personal thing. It's what puts me to sleep at night and what gets me awake in the morning.
Well, what wakes me up in the morning is the Panda Saw guy.
What?
Panda Saw.
What wakes you up?
The Panda Saw man. He he got a bicycle horn with him. Bonk, bonk, and he
You
rides
talking about
a
that? You're not talking about that guy that's selling you bread, the bakery
yeah,
man. Oh, you're talking about
yeah,
the bakery.
yeah. He wakes me up every morning about 6 o'clock. I have to go out there and buy a Panda Saw and my dog. I gotta go give my dog a Panda Saw. And then you
No,
and then you got the ice
yeah.
cream guy. He got a bell. Ding 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 ding. He hears that, boy, that dog starts going wild. He wants his ice cream. The Panda Saw guy wakes me up every day, man. I can't sleep. There's no
Oh.
way.
So you called them what's the name you give him? The panda
Panda
sauce?
Saw. Yeah.
I just call him the bakery man, or the bakery, or there's another lady that she comes around on a bicycle. She sells fish, and yeah, sometimes my fish arrive. I don't know what kind of. It's a kind of It's a. I wouldn't say it was a sardine, but they grill good. They grill
That
good with
that
soy sauce. It's a point.
that's
It
10.
has a pointed snout
I don't know. I don't eat this fish
on the fish.
here. Very seldom I'll
Oh,
eat
I eat
fish
it.
here. If I do, it's like tuna belly or salmon. That's about it.
No, there's a fish here that we can grill. It's quite smelly, like you have to do it outside the house. You have to burn it outside the house.
Yeah, yeah.
Big.
Well, it's like I got a guy. He comes around on Fridays. He sells fruit. He brings me lazonis and rambutan and grapes and apples and oranges, and I always buy from
Oh,
him. Because
nice, nice.
the
Oh, yeah,
maid's
yeah,
little
yeah.
boy, he
A
likes
little
that stuff.
rambutan and what was that other one?
Lazoni, they're
Are
kind
they?
of tan,
Where they
tan and
come?
round.
Yeah, th- uh, they're in season in November.
I just bought
Is it?
some. I just bought some Friday.
It's August now.
Yeah, I just
Yeah,
bought some
August,
Friday.
November. Oh, I'm a little bit mistaken here.
And but he never has Delandan. Now
Ah,
Delandan is
okay.
seasonal, but
Yeah.
Lazoni shit. I can get it. Well, I get it delivered, but I can call the town next to me, and they carry all that kind of stuff, and you just call and they'll bring it to you, man. Like grapes,
Ra-
140
Ramadan.
a kilo or
Uh,
something.
is that is that is that got the white skin on it? The
What,
one
the
you showed has. Yeah.
Lazoni?
Does that have a white?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's got the white
They're
skin on.
Yeah, and then you open it up, and it's got white meat in it with a little seed in the
Yeah,
middle of the
yeah.
meat.
Ah, yes, 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 yes.
Ten loves them, man. Them Lazoni, she loves that stuff.
Mm.
And of course, she doesn't get up till 10 o'clock. She doesn't hear that damn Pandasol guy whack whack whack. God damn, he wakes me up every day. I'm thankful when he doesn't work. But yeah, 10. She doesn't wake up till 10 o'clock. And her little sister, when she's here, she's not going to school. She doesn't wake up till like lunchtime. It's like, my
Mm.
God, you know, how y'all sleep so late here? The damn rooster starts going off at 3:30.
That's the great thing about this where I am at the moment. There's no dogs. There's no chickens. Uh, no, there's a few birds that come around, but they don't send off a racket. There ain't no farmers around here. That's why. Well,
Oh man, it's sun up here, dude. It's happening. Let me tell you, they burning crap. The dude honk honk honk, and the dogs are barking at the chickens. If somebody walks by, they're all barking. It's nonstop. I can't sleep late.
mm,
So sometimes my back will be
no,
hurting.
thankfully,
I'll get up about 2:30 or 3, and I'll slam me one or two red horse, and then I can sleep till about 10.
mm,
I wait for the Pandasol guy to go by though, because I got to buy my dog his morning Pandasol. Then I'll go to bed for a few hours.
you're talking about those little. little buns.
Yeah, yeah, it's a little roll.
Little roll, yeah.
That's all it is. It's a
Like,
little bun, little roll. Yeah,
yeah, it's a sweet roll, is it?
yeah, and they put Malungai in a lot of it.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not very fond of those. You know that the amount of sugar that they put in them. You know.
Oh, I don't eat them. I give to my dog, and Tina
Well,
eat one or two. The maid eat a couple, and then she brings her little boy when she works. You know, if there's no one to watch him, she brings him. He watches cartoons, and he likes Candace all. So I don't. Every now and then I'll eat one, not very often. If I eat one, I cut it in half and put it in the toaster. You know, the
oh,
toaster oven. And I'll put some butter on it and let it toast up some, and then put jelly on top of that. That's the only way I ever eat them, and I don't eat them very often.
Van, I've hit the end of the bottle,
Well, I'm out of here, buddy.
and it's always been great talking to you. Anybody else in the house? I think there's only four of us. I don't know who
Well,
the extra. I don't know who the extra guys are. But it's. I
no,
tell you
one of
what,
them's
man.
probably GD, probably.
I see it. I see you. I see you fired up the
Fan,
oscillator.
fan. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Good
I'm
old,
used
good
to it.
old.
All right, man. Be careful, Andy.
And if nothing is going on, I'll come around here next Sunday. I'll still be back in. No, hang on. Will I be here next Sunday? Well, if I'm not,
Then you won't
I
be here.
well, I I usually check out if Gary's going to come on or Vin, is- what's his name, Stacy. If they're going to if they're going to come on. Oh, Paul has been with us for a while. Down the bottom there.
Who?
Yeah, I've got
Paul?
Paul. Paul, what time? My goodness, it must be kind of late there in Australia for Paul.
Probably two something. 2:15
Hmm.
or something. They're ahead of us.
Yeah, it's already Monday here. Okay,
Yeah,
Van. Let's.
I'm gonna catch a nap.
Fortunately, fortunately, I have another bottle tucked away somewhere over there. I think it's in the stream. You know what I'm talking about? I've got it on the chiller inside the stream. Does that make sense? It's on it. I got it
Hello?
on a stream. Hello?
Yeah, my
Yeah,
phone's
yeah.
messing up.
Van? Okay. Paul, it was great having you with me. It's 11 a.m. wherever you are. A.M. in
No,
A.M.
it's
A.M. in
110. 110.
oh oh. There's a dot there between 1 and 1.
Yeah,
I
it's
got
110
I got
a.m. in Australia.
I've got a I've got a problem with my up here. Uh, I don't know the difference between a divide and a plus.
Yeah,
Paul,
yeah, we
great
found that
having
out.
you.
Well, I'm out of here. Y'all have a good one. Be safe, eh?
Thanks a lot, Van. It was great talking to you. And I don't know where we can do this, but we're gonna have a beer together. We will. Um, when do I fly into Nino? I'm sure I could meet you. Like Nino is not too far from you, is it? Right. I'm gonna do that later. 142 bad keyboard. 142. What 142 could be a quarter to 2 Australia time. Paul, listen, mate, I'll see you later. Thanks a lot, buddy. I'm going. Marvin. I don't know what time it is at your liquor store, but it'll go down well, I'm sure. Marvin, thanks a lot, mate. Paul, thanks a lot. Brian, thank you. Stacy and Road Dog, and who else was up there? Robert.